Chapter 350. Sean did not understand what Alex was saying, and he subconsciously asked, "You? What do you mean?" Alex smiled before he said, "It's okay. I will not step on your crotch, but I will abolish your manhood." After that, Alex used his toes to hit Sean's abdomen, and some spiritual energy flowed out of his toes at this time. Ever since he had studied the tragedy book, Alex had already grasped and learned how to control his chi. This trace of chi that he had just released would cut off Sean's nerves, making it completely impossible for him to use his manhood. However, Sean did not know what Alex was doing when he gently tapped his lower abdomen with his toes. He also did not notice that he had already lost his manhood at this time. In the future, he would only be able to look at his man part, but he would never be able to use it again. Now, Sean was indeed very furious and terrified. And he was just eager to flee out of this place so that he could bring his bodyguards back in with him and order them to beat Alex to death before they crushed his manhood. As he thought about it, he ground his teeth and asked, "Can I leave now?" Alex asked him in return, "Who are you talking to?" Sean replied angrily, "Of course, I'm talking to you." Alex asked yet again, "Then, who am I to you?" The expression on Sean's face was very ugly at this time. He was a smart man, and he obviously understood the meaning behind Alex's words. He wanted him to call him father again. Damn! This was absolutely humiliating. He could not stand it anymore. Hence, he said angrily, "Alex, don't take things too far. You told me that you would let me go as long as I called you my father once. Why are you going back on your words now?" Alex smiled before he said, "Because I am shameless." After he was done speaking, Alex glared at him with a cold expression on his face as he said, "If you don't call me your father now, I may accidentally step on your crotch. Please do not blame me when that happens." Sean was really afraid and could only grit his teeth as he said, "Okay, you win." In his opinion, since he had already called Alex his father, he had already lost face anyway. Therefore, Sean felt that it would not hurt him to call Alex his father again. The most important thing right now was to make sure that he could escape from Alex so that he could go out of the hall and call for his bodyguards. Therefore, he pleaded, "Dad, can you please be magnanimous and let me go?" Alex nodded in satisfaction before he said, "Dear son, since you are being so obedient and respectful, I will forgive you. Get out of here now." As soon as he heard Alex's words, Sean hurriedly crawled out of Alex's range before running out with Olivia. Since Sean had wet himself earlier, there was a trail of his urine all over the smooth floor, and it was a very disgusting sight. When everyone saw how pathetic Sean looked, they could not help but laugh amongst themselves. Sean heard their ridicule, and he felt as though he was repeatedly stabbed with 100 daggers. Thus, he hastened his steps so that he could leave the hall as soon as possible, but unfortunately, he slipped and fell. There was a burst of laughter throughout the hall, and Olivia hurriedly tried her best to help Sean up to his feet before both of them left in a hurry. At this time, Emma looked at Alex with a worried expression on her face as she said, "Alex, Chairman is actually a very powerful man. Aren't you afraid that he will retaliate against you in the future if you provoke and humiliate him like this?" Alex smiled slightly before he said, "Dear, didn't you hear what I said earlier? Even if he is a tiger, he would have to bow down before me, and even if he is a dragon, he would also have to lower his head in front of me. Sean Richard is nothing in Oris Hill." Emma replied with a concerned expression on her face, "I know that you have a close friendship with some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in Oris Hill. But they might not necessarily agree to help you in the future. What will you do then?" Alex patted her gently on her shoulder before he said, "Dear wife, you can doubt everyone in this world, but you must never doubt your husband." Emma was startled when she saw the confidence on Alex's face. She discovered that her useless husband actually had a domineering and arrogant side to him.